What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. I got your favorite brand here today. It's actually a pretty good looking car. I'm not even gonna lie and say that's not good looking. It's good looking outside and inside. So let's get in it. Love the frameless windows, by the way, on cars. I know there's a risk of damaging them if you're too fast. I still love the look. And these back seats are, ooh, wow, they're tight. Let's begin. Let's go to the front. This one's got the soft closed doors. Let's just, you know what, let's do that one more time. Excellent. Oh yeah, let me just show you the odometer now. There. And now for the button test. And now for the final button. Alright, how did it do? I'm going to try to keep it short and to the point. It basically did the same as the 2020 E-Class that I just did. Gave that car a 5 out of 10 for fit and finish. This car is virtually identical to that, honestly, as far as the creaks go. The amount of squeaks and rattles are moderate. The ones that do squeak, though, are pretty annoying, though, and quite loud. So that's why this car also gets a 5 out of 10 for fit and finish. It is what it is. As far as materials go, I gave the E-Class a 6 out of 10, and I think this is, well, the same, really. Let me just kind of go over it again real quick. We got a lot of soft touch going on, vinyl in all the places you want, so you're covered there. The wood trim in this car, I don't know if you can get this lighter shade of exposed grain wood on the E-Class, though I've only seen it on CLSs like this. I might be wrong, but this lighter shade of wood to me looks fantastic, and it feels really good to the touch too. I'm an open pore wood kind of guy. Yeah, they absolutely nailed this wood. Really good, and no pun intended. The seats are terrible MB techs. Really should have leather seats for a car this expensive, but I'm not Mercedes. I don't make the car. I just make YouTube videos of it. I do have to compliment the carpet here. I think this is probably some kind of upgraded carpet, like you almost like you get on a Bentley or a Rolls-Royce, actually. But look, it's, well, you can't really see it on camera, but you can sort of sink your finger in there by about an inch. The headliner is cloth, sun visor is plastic. That's the same as in the E-Class. And like the E-Class, the buttons and switch gear all look really well. A couple of them, you know, they don't feel especially great to the touch or really inspiring, but again, design and initial impressions are pretty nice. I like how they put knurling on the climate buttons on the newer Mercedes, though, like the GLB I just did, and even the new GLE. A couple of those cars, they are now, I think, actually metal buttons. These are just plastic, and you can feel the difference. Those are a lot heavier and clickier, unlike these, which is a shame, but at least these look good. Yeah, I don't think there's really like a bad looking button in this interior. Like even I always like the window switch design. People think I just hate Mercedes because I have nothing better to do, and I'm clearly just a hater with the BMW logo as my channel profile. Well, I hate BMW too. They suck as well. Mercedes does get design right. Honestly, in this whole class, I'm talking about Audi A7, BMW 6 Series. This is the best looking interior by far. The way they put this together. My favorite part is the air vents here. I already mentioned that in the E-Class video, but I kind of like these even more. You still have the ambient lighting right here, and then when you twist it, it makes a little small attention to detail. It's pretty nice. Definitely my favorite part of the car. And you know, next up is the wood. So yeah, this gets the same score as the E-Class, 6 out of 10 for materials. So there you guys have it. The final score is 5 out of 10 for fit and finish, 6 out of 10 for materials. Please let me know your thoughts. I can't believe a car this nicely equipped, this gorgeous, is not standardly equipped with cooled seats. I can't believe they nickel and dime you for that. Seriously. Even got a little blank switch right there where it would be. Actually, there's a couple of blank buttons in here. Wow. Anyway, I haven't driven this on the road just yet. I've driven the E-Class though. If you want to hear about my thoughts on the driving experience, just go to that video. I can link it down below. I imagine this is going to drive pretty much identical to the E-Class, aside from the powertrain though. This one I believe has the inline 6 turbo mild hybrid, and it's got the EQ thing over there. I kind of miss the old CLS in a way. I think that interior was worse, but at least as standard at the time it came with the 4.7 liter twin turbo V8 with 400 horsepower. I think this is kind of a downgrade in comparison, even though, yeah, the technology's newer and it's technically more efficient, technically better. And you can't beat a twin turbo V8 when it comes to fun. So I kind of miss the old CLS in that regard, as far as at least getting a standard engine. But that's in the past, I guess. Don't know about this new powertrain. I have yet to drive it, but I'm not going to because I don't really care. Anyway, I'll catch you guys next time. Thanks for watching the video. Peace.